Welcome, everybody. Odds Brothers podcast episode number 43, coming to you live from the Bentley Sportsbook inside Southland Casino and Hotel in scenic but chilly West Memphis, Arkansas. Partner in crime, Marcellus, how you doing today?
Doing well. We are on, take two?
Take two. And not only take two, I don't have to do that god-awful Philadelphia Eagles fight song because the Dallas Cowboys won, baby. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, I even deleted that sound bite, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's excellent. And by the way, just so people know, yeah, I'm glad that they won, but I'm not blind to the problems that I saw in that game. We got lucky if we're Cowboy fans that day. Sometimes you need that in the season, but, oh, man, a couple of turnovers late by the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they hold on late to win the game. So we'll take it as we get it, right?
That's right.
All right, today we're going to go over the bowl games. Some that passed last week that we had picked. Mark still has a on-fire streak going on in the bowl game pick'em.
Yes.
We'll go over all the NFL action and give you our prediction for tonight's game, which is Monday night, and also the upcoming Thursday night game, which, oddly enough, the Cowboys are involved at the Tennessee Titans. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Welcome to the Odds Brothers Podcast. Follow the Odds Brothers Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Now here are the hosts of the show, Moneyline Mark.
I'm not a smart man.
And Point Spread Shane.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Oh, boy. I think there was some glue sniffing going on earlier.
By the way, they got this thing in the sports bar if you're ever coming down and visiting us. It's called the Brandy Burger.
Yeah.
Named after the wife. Basically, if you like things a little saucy, a little spicy, a little pepper jack cheese, some jalapenos.
Yeah.
Good burger. We approve.
Yeah, it was good.
It's the official burger of the Odds Brothers podcast.
Yeah, if you like it spicy. If you don't get it.
Don't get it.
it.
Or you'll get it later.
That's right.
That's right. Speaking of getting it, if you haven't done it yet, get on the bottom of the YouTube there, subscribe and like if you'd like to help us out here. Enjoy the show from time to time.
That's right.
I think if we get up to the magical 50 number, Mark and I will finally get a professional table to do our podcast from.
No. It's like putting it on our lap.
Mine's like doing the ones and twos here.
Wiki.
So we'd appreciate that, even though it's a late holiday gift.
Yes.
Always in time for the new year.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of another thing you can get $250 in a free wager there, Marcellus.
That's right.
Or it is Nick continues to give out money.
He does. He just gives it out like it's candy.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us about it.
So if you're a first-time bettor getting on the Arkansas or Tennessee app for Bentley at Bentley.com, reach out there and download that app. If you're the first-time bet is a loser, you'll get that money back in a free bet. That's right. You must bet a minimum of $10 up to $250, and the odds must be minus 250 or greater. Be sure to check all the details on the Bentley app. Now, you can do this in Arkansas, slide across the river, and do it in Tennessee.
Right.
So you could take $500 potentially of Nick's money.
That's right. Guarantee yourself at least a break-even proposition.
That's right.
Maybe a winner.
Take his money.
Chicken dinner.
That's what I'm saying.
And it even gets a little more funkier than this. We're going to give you a promotion that Nick somehow dreamt up as his mind, where you're going to get the money either way, whether you win or lose.
That's right.
Some Liberty Bowl bet.
Yeah, we'll get that later.
We'll get that little one later in the program.
Stay tuned for that.
All right, we broadcast live every Monday and Friday, so if you're in the area and happen to be around the sportsbook.
Sometimes twice.
Sometimes twice in the same day. You can come see the show with the bright lights. And the biggest stars on the planet.
People are looking, since we changed the angle of the stage, I noticed people look at us like we're in a zoo. We are the zoo animals.
I think I saw that guy in front of Walmart.
Yeah.
The other day.
Just doing that ring ding ding ling ding 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 ling do.
Still got the Christmas spirit in you, huh?
I do.
Let's see if you got some picks in you. I know in the NFL, there wasn't a whole lot going on.
Well, they're ready for you.
All right.
These are the bowl games.
Ching. Houston.
Look at that. We start off with a free bet.
Yeah, Louisiana Lafayette. That was the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. That was this past Friday. Houston was 7.5-point favorites. They won by 7 exactly, which means Mark and I covered by the hook.
That's right.
Always love getting that hook.
I really would have thought last week we covered, what was that, the BoCon or
Boca Raton Bowl.
Yeah, see, I really thought Louisiana Lafayette would have been in that one. That would have been perfect.
Only Boca Raton's in Florida. You're thinking of Baton Rouge.
No, I'm taking Boca Raton,
All right.
and I still would have took Louisiana Lafayette.
Even in there, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like a couple of sticks.
So there you go. It went under that 56.5, so quite a bit. Not a lot of scoring as expected in that game. Friday at 5:30 was the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
That's right.
Still trying to figure out what Gasparilla is.
Yeah, it's got gas.
And Barilla.
Yeah, it's like a
Put 'em
Barilla pad.
Wake Forest and Missouri battled there to a 27-17 victory for Wake Forest. I got off Wake Forest toward the end of the regular season, although they were one of my dark horses in the ACC there.
It's just
Mark
a
got
pick'em
'em.
game. Yeah, just a pick'em game.
So there you see that face right next to Wake Forest. Mark continues his hot streak.
Yes.
Saturday's game, the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl,
There you go.
Middle Tennessee and San Diego State. Both of our faces on the Middle Tennessee side. Not only did we get 6.5, but Middle Tennessee won 25-23. A good game there. Over under 48.5. Went under again. So 3 straight bowl games on the underside, Mark.
Yeah, I think this is a good start to our bowl game predictions.
It is, and it gets better for some.
Let's see if it continues later this
Now,
week.
this one is not going to be so good. New Mexico State and Bowling Green. We
Yeah.
both took Bowling Green.
Let's get an update here. 24-12.
24-12 in the fourth quarter by the time we're doing this. And not only are we behind by 12, we are also giving 3.5.
Yeah.
So 15.5 a little tough to
You
do.
may want to hit that one button. No, not that one.
Not gonna be able to do
That
it.
one.
That one. Yeah, I don't think Bowling Green. And Bowling Green's only like 80 miles from where they're playing in Detroit, Michigan. You think they'd have the home team, home crowd, and New Mexico's still saying we don't give a crib out.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Tuesday's bowl games. We're going to do some
Here we
predictions
go.
for you here. Remember, you can bet all these on the Betly app
That's right.
or right here at the retail at
Come on
Southland Casino and Hotel. How about that?
Get those wagers in.
Yes, and we got your free picks all day long. The Camellia Bowl.
Yes.
I'm not sure who she is. Georgia Southern at Buffalo here. It's in Montgomery, Alabama, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Georgia Southern's 4-point favorites, basically a home game here for them. Over under a 66.5, expecting a lot of points. Marcellus, who you got on this one?
I'm going to go Georgia and Southern.
Georgia Southern.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm going to go with the Southern State.
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia Southern and Buffalo.
I think, yeah. I'm going to go Buffalo, getting 4 points.
Yeah, all right.
I'm hoping these two teams are evenly matched, as their record indicates at 6-6 apiece. The over-under is 66.5, like crying out loud. I think that's an under.
Let me ask you this. Is this game even televised?
All bowl games are televised somewhere. Almost everything's televised somehow, or at least streaming on your favorite streaming platform.
Whew.
Maybe YouTube, which we appear on.
Yes.
Ah.
All right.
Serve Pro, First Responder Bowl.
Yes.
Memphis and Utah State. Memphis 7.5-point favorites here. The over/under 60.5 mark. Both teams 6-6, crawling in to this exciting bowl game. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Memphis on this one. I'm not real happy with the 7.5, although I think Memphis probably win by 14.
You're not happy with 7.5, 14. Nah, not by 8.
No.
Where he's sweating that half a point potential. 14.
No,
He's got
14.
plenty of room.
Yeah.
I will. I like the half on top there. Give me a touchdown plus. I'm going to take Utah State in this battle. Ticket Matt.
Get that?
Ticket Smarter. Sorry, I almost said Ticketmaster. Ticket
Yeah.
Smarter Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
That's where that's being played at.
Iowa.
No.
Oh. The hell was that?
That evidently wasn't. This is in Birmingham, Alabama, believe it or not. And it's the Battle of the Carolinas, East Carolina and Coastal Carolina.
Oh.
I don't think they often play each other in the same year.
No, you think they would.
Coastal Carolina is
Rivalry
9-3. You would think.
Yeah.
They got to be awful close to each other, distance-wise.
It's a lot of points.
East Carolina giving up 8. Yeah, forget the half. You're just going full-fledged
Straight
8 here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Coastal Carolina. Give me those points.
Yeah, I'm going to take them too. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Coastal Carolina might be up. Who knows? For this game, they both might be up for it. Hopefully, it's a good game either way. 64.5. Over. Why not?
Wow. Under.
You're going to go under?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Wisconsin and Oklahoma State here. Wisconsin is a field goal favorite for these two juggernauts. Oklahoma State faltering at the end of the year. Wisconsin never really getting grip on the season. They started out 1-4 or 2-4, I forget. Over under 43.5. Let you know the Big Ten's involved in this game. What do you got, Monk?
I'm going Oklahoma. I've been with them all year long. Oklahoma State. I've been taking both of them.
Don't matter?
No, it don't matter.
Tulsa?
Yeah, and you know, if I would go with Oklahoma,
Muskegee?
I'm above 50.
Okay. I'll take.
Yeah, I get the points there.
Yeah, you get points. I'll lay the 3 for
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Ah,
6-6. I'll be a Big Ten homer here.
that's good. You
Probably
like the cheese curds?
That's at 9:15, so I probably won't be watching it. Wednesday bowl games.
Wait a minute. You're watching the other ones?
Well, that's true.
All right.
I might watch a little bit of the Memphis game just because you're in the local area here.
Okay.
Military Bowl presented by Baraton. This is somewhere in Maryland, I think. Or actually, it's a naval.
Yeah, it's a naval
Yes,
thing. Yeah.
Their stadium.
Yeah.
UCF and Duke.
Duke.
Duke's in a bowl game. Kansas is in a bowl game, which we'll find out. And Duke's in a bowl game in football. Amazing here. Duke is 3.5-point favorites. UCF has got to travel northbound, and Duke's pretty much at home here.
I'm taking UCF. Give me those points.
Hard to take Dukies, huh?
Yeah, hard to take the Dukes. And I thought earlier in the year when we were picking who's going to win what, I thought you had Duke like winning 1 or 2 games.
I did.
Wow.
They blew it away.
And
like
here they are in
game of the
a
year.
bowl game.
They are at 8-4 even. It wasn't like 6-6 where you barely qualify. So I'm going to take them for once.
Woof.
They proved me wrong with their record. What the hell? They don't get here very often. Hopefully they'll be pumped up for it.
All right.
I don't like that 3.5 normally, but I'll go ahead because they'll win by 28. No, I'm just kidding. 4.
Not even win.
Not even win, huh? Straight up. 62.5. Got any flavor for that?
Under.
Okay. On to the next one. You've heard of these teams. Kansas,
I have.
Arkansas. They're in the
Yes.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl right across the river from where we're broadcasting here. Arkansas is a 3-point favorite. You can basically call them the home team here. 69.5, so they don't expect a lot of defense here, Mark.
No.
What do you got here?
Well, I really want to. My heart tells me Kansas. My body tells me Arkansas, because we're over here in Arkansas, kind of like to live. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Kansas anyway. Give me the 3 points. I think they're going to be the more willed team to win.
Yeah, you
That
think
makes sense to you?
SEC versus Big 12, especially middle and should be a close game. Kansas, they've been able to score points this year. And Arkansas has been allowing people to score points this year. Big thing I don't know about this, Kansas is probably excited to be to a bowl game at all because they haven't been in forever. And Arkansas, are they really going to be pumped up for this one?
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see. But I'm with you. I'm going to take Kansas in the points. Just hedge my bet. The over-under 69.5, though.
Under?
I like under.
Yeah. Too many points.
Too many points. Even though the weather's going to be pretty good in Memphis for that game, mid-50s. San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
I got that all in there, too. Look at
You
that.
did. That was awesome work. And is it spelled right? It is spelled right. Figured to be somewhere like San Diego County.
That's right.
Guess where this is
Dango.
played, Mark?
Iowa?
No. Wrong again. It is San Diego. Number 15 ranked Oregon is going to take on North Carolina. Some frequent flyer miles going on for North Carolina. Oregon is 2 touchdowns a favorite here. 74 the over-under, the biggest of this slate of bowl games, Mark.
You're nuts. I'm taking North Carolina. That's too many points. North Carolina will be within 14. Not saying they win it. Oregon just doesn't cover. And 74 under. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm with you on the under. Now, Oregon, I think, can lay the wood if they're excited to be here. It's kind of a de facto home game. They don't have to leave the West Coast, and North Carolina's got to travel across the country. I know that they go 3 or 4 days before this game's played, so they probably get used to the time difference and everything. But 7 o'clock game, give me Oregon.
All right.
I'm not going to feel real good about that 14.
You shouldn't.
Oh, my Lord. All right, 8 o'clock, the TaxAct Texas Bowl. Texas Tech at 6-6. Ole Miss 8-4 here, Mark. Ole Miss is 3.5-point favorites. So there's that hook again at 69.5, the over-under.
Yeah, I'm going Ole Miss. I think they win this easily.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe 10-14.
Now, the reason he's saying this, just curious, Is it because you think they play their asses off for their
the
former
coach.
head coach that passed away?
Yes,
Mike
sir.
Leach?
Yep, I do.
Yeah,
I think they're out there for a mission, and I think Texas Tech is like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I think Ole Miss got the better defense between the two, and I think that their offense, even though they've had trouble, blowing teams away this year, I think this time the emotion gets them, and I think they win one for the old ball coach. Give me Ole Miss as well, even if it's a sentimental pick, and we keep talking about not betting with your heart, but with
That's
your
right.
head.
That's right. Well, this one's a little different.
How so?
They're betting for the soul.
And that's okay.
Yes.
All right, Thursday. Have you ever heard of Bad Boy Mowers?
Bad boys. Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, you heard of that show.
Yeah.
You heard of the mowers. Evidently, they sell a ton of them in order to co-sponsor here the Pinstripe Bowl. This is in the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
We got to get a
Outdoors.
Odds Brothers Bowl next year.
Yeah, evidently.
We'll play it right here in West Memphis High School.
Because when you see the next one, I think it's possible. Jimmy Kimmel had one. Hell, why not?
And Bad Boys got it.
Bad Boys got it. Syracuse 7-5 and Minnesota 8-4 here. Minnesota's 10-point favorites with an over/under of 42.
Wow. So they're saying Minnesota's going to score all the points.
Or most of them. They got to, yeah.
I think Syracuse holds it within 10. So you're giving me 10 points. Give me Syracuse.
Give you Syracuse, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to 210. Minnesota. They got a good ground game, so as long as Syracuse can somewhat keep that in check, game ought to stay close. Clock will be running a bunch. I'll take the 10 points, even though I'm a Big Ten homer here. And hope that Syracuse can go. Remember, Syracuse at one time almost beat Clemson on the road in a primetime game, and then ever since that fell apart, they have not been able to win one much since that time. It's hard to believe they were ranked. All right, Cheez-It Bowl at 4:30, Oklahoma. Ooh, 6-6.
Yes.
They're at Florida State, so we're going to test your I take everything from Oklahoma here, Mark. Florida State 9.5-point favorites. You taking Oklahoma?
No.
No, huh?
I'm going to take Florida State. I think they are going to put a whooping on Oklahoma.
How much are you willing to give here?
14.
You like that 2 touchdown, huh?
I do.
Yeah, I'm going to take Florida State as well.
I do.
They got something here I think that they're going to play on. Oklahoma, I don't know that they care.
You think they give out Cheez-Its when you walk in
I hope so.
to the stadium?
I will go to that game. I'm not a fan of either team.
Think they give out little packets, or you think they give out like the big box?
If you're sponsoring a bowl game, you should be able to afford to give out the big box.
The big box with the 2 different varieties
the
in
duos.
one box.
Yeah, pepper jack and probably sharp cheddar or something.
Yeah.
That'd be
Whatever.
good.
Yeah. Shake it up.
Hey, Cheez-Its, if you're watching the Broads Brothers podcast,
right.
if you're one of the 11 to 20 on a given week that do that,
Your logo could be right here.
you could be. And we would be more than honored to eat Cheez-Its while we give our picks, just so you know. All right, Valero Alamo Bowl is 8 o'clock, wraps up your action on Thursday here. Texas and Washington. First game with 2 ranked teams here. Texas 20th in the nation and Washington 12th ranked. Texas is favored by 4. They're in their own backyard in San Antonio. 68 is the over-under mark.
Ain't going to matter where they're playing.
No.
Washington wins.
No matter where, huh?
No, not in this game. I think Washington wins. They're going to show you why they're 10-2 for the year.
What if they played in Iowa?
If they played in Iowa?
Yeah, who you got then?
Against the Iowa Hawkeyes?
No, just
Oh, I was gonna say.
you wanted a bowl game to be in Iowa so bad. I was giving you a hypothetical. What if this game was in Iowa?
Washington.
Yeah, they're probably used to playing in some crap. I'm going to get Washington in the 4 as well.
All
I
right.
like those points.
All right.
Those are your wrapped-up bowl games that happened before we hit the air on Friday. So keep in mind, this Friday when we do our show, we're going to have not only some really big-time bowl games like Orange Bowl and
Yes.
all that stuff. We're going to have the first round of the college football playoffs, too, the semifinals.
Ooh, doggy.
Ooh, doggy is rats.
Can I continue my hot streak on these bowl picks?
We'll
Stay
see.
tuned.
Stay tuned, no doubt. All right, you got that. You want to do that Liberty Bowl thing now, or the?
No, we'll do it at the end of the football.
Oh,
Keep them.
You did?
We want to keep them hanging.
You're going to want to stick around for this. You're going to get this offer that Nick came up with.
Had to be drunk.
Yeah, he lost his mind after the Eagles took a beating.
Yeah. He's like,
That's what I'm going to think right now.
just giving money away.
Yeah, speaking of giving it away, I guess the Bears are done. A lot of these games happen on Saturday with the Christmas Eve slate. Buffalo went to Chicago, kind of close early on. Chicago actually had a lead in this game, and then Buffalo stomped on second half 35-13. 8.5 was the spread for Buffalo. They covered that easy, and they almost get the over by themselves. Over-under was 39.5. They scored 35 of it.
I'm shaking my head because I don't understand why I did not pick Buffalo. I don't get that. I don't know why I didn't pick Buffalo.
I think it was the weather.
I think you talked me out of it.
We thought the weather conditions, 30-mile-an-hour winds off the lake and 0 degrees, like it was going to be a bunch of running, and there was a bunch of scoring.
There was a bunch of scoring on one side.
I guess Buffalo says, we don't care how cold it is. We're used to that.
Yeah, and the Bears just like, well, we're not
done.
playing.
Yeah, we're done.
Put a fork in them.
We want that. I guess they're in probably contention for the 2nd or 3rd pick of the draft this spring. New Orleans Saints, I thought they were going into draft mode, but no, they beat the Cleveland Browns, and Browns had a 7-0 lead early. It looked like it was going to be Coastville, and then 17-10 was the end of the scoring there. Cleveland, not only were a 3-point favorite, they didn't show up and win at all.
No
More or
doubt.
less cover. And still that 32.5, this was another weather game. Wind coming off the lake and snow showers on and off, and it went 32.5. It still went under that, 27.
I don't get this team. Yeah, I don't get either one of these teams. Depends on which team shows up to play. They're not consistent.
And just how putrid this is, just so you know, New Orleans Saints still, in theory, have contention for the NFC South division.
They'll get to play one game in the playoffs.
And it will be against Dallas, more than likely.
And then they can go home.
That's right. Speaking of going home, I thought they did that a long time ago, but the Houston Texans pulled out a improbable, well, I wouldn't say that because Tennessee went to their backup quarterback, Malik Willis. Now, they did win against this quarterback, or using this quarterback at Houston a few weeks back by 7. Well, they were 3.5-point home favorites this time and just flat out lost 19-14, Mark.
Tennessee is looking horrible. They started off strong.
And now I think it's lost 4 of their last 5, and then they got Dallas coming up on Thursday.
Well, they might beat them.
Yeah, it is Dallas. They probably have already looked past them like, well. And then Dak will throw his 2 picks for touchdowns, and it'll be toast.
I hope that over-under's 2 on the we got to get that. We got to get that prop bet is Dak's
Over-under the
interceptions.
interceptions? Yeah.
And set it right at 2.
Every week.
Every week.
Good Lord.
Well, your
maybe
head's up
1.5 for some action.
No, 2. 2 is the tricky number. What do you do? What do you do right at 2?
You probably void.
You
Probably get your money back more often than not. I don't think he's thrown 3 yet this year.
If you had to bet, what would you bet?
At 2?
At 2. Under or over?
Under.
Under? See, I go
And
over
then if
all
he does
day.
throw a second one, I just get my money back because
Yeah.
I doubt he throws 3.
Yeah. Well, I go over.
Well, then Tua did this week. We'll get to that game in a minute. All right, Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs proving that once again those double-digit favorites every once in a while do come in.
Yeah.
I didn't think so because I took Seattle here, getting the 10.5. They lost 24-10, Mark.
They do when those numbers do come in when it's Seattle playing the Chiefs at Kansas City.
But I take Kansas City, double-digit favorite over the Houston Texans. They can't cover that.
Well, that's different.
I take them over the Broncos, double-digit. Can't do that.
That's different.
Yeah, real different. Good Lord.
Kansas City, Broncos, they play each other tough.
All right, we'll get to that Denver Broncos team in a minute and see what kind of spewing you do then.
All right.
New York Giants 8-6-1. They tied it with a long drive and a 2-point conversion.
This is the one that's wrong, right? Yeah.
Is it wrong?
On the screen there, yeah. It says 24-17.
Yeah, it's 27-24.
Yes.
That was the real score. So Minnesota does win, but they do not cover the 4.5, which we both took Minnesota to do. 48.5 was the over-under, so it went sailing over there. And a 61-yard field goal as time expired. Got the win on a walk-off fashion for the Vikings there, Mark.
Wow. Because you said it. What did you say? What did you call them last week?
Well, this was the fake ID.
Fake ID, yes.
Against the brother who used his older brother's ID to get into a bar, and they looked awful similar. That was the Giants.
Yes.
Or, I mean, the Vikings.
Whichever.
I took the Vikings. They did win. They just didn't cover. Cincinnati Bengals at the Patriots. They covered.
Yes, sir.
I thought that half was going to come into play a little more. I almost did. They won by 4.
Not enough.
22-18. It was under that 41.5, which you expected between these two juggernauts.
I like it.
And
I think
Los Angeles
Cincinnati's.
covers.
Yeah, that's right.
They're playing good ball.
They're playing good ball.
Right time of the year to do it. All right. Oh, my God.
There you go. We had to get to this game, didn't we?
Speaking of not knowing what we were doing at the time.
Well, we got starstruck with Detroit.
We both had our moment with Detroit, and now that moment's gone. They were 2.5-point favorites on the road. They were on fire. Carolina,
looked
not
good.
so much, and then Carolina just stomped them, boot stomped them.
What happened to Detroit's defense?
They became Detroit again.
Yeah, Detroit things.
And they were actually improving quite a bit against the run. It was the pass they were vulnerable on, and yet they got run all over the place all day. Dante Foreman had 150 yards rushing. It just was brutal to watch, and Detroit's being Detroit again. They're not out of it yet, but that didn't help their cause. Now they're not in control themselves of what goes on,
They shouldn't be.
and they shouldn't be. Who on you,
Get punished.
Detroit? Oh, here you go.
I know.
Hey, Steven, Atlanta Falcons have been officially eliminated
Yeah, see,
with their loss to the Baltimore Ravens.
I win. You know why I win?
Yeah, go ahead and sell us.
Because if I pick them and they lose, I win. And if I pick them and they win, I win. I win because they lose because Steve-O's team lost.
You're right.
And that makes me smile.
Stephen Thorne loves the Falcons, so
Steve-O,
anytime they lose, Steve-O,
your Falcons are out.
out. Start looking for the picks in the draft. Out.
I can only imagine the excuses. Kind of like the same thing I heard. I didn't hear it, but if you read anything on Facebook by some of your Philadelphia co-parts who crying about the refs, please.
Oh, my God, yes. I mean,
It goes both ways in that game.
It does. Got a BS holding call, by the way.
Both
Illegal
ways.
contact. I mean, yeah, come on. It is. We can get on that in another episode of What Are We Mad About Today? Washington Commanders were your late afternoon game, part of the late afternoon game slate on Saturday, and they lost to the 49ers 37-20 here. So San Francisco easily covered 6.5 here, Mark.
They're looking good.
Both of our side faces show up there. Also, the over 37.5 came in pretty easily because San Fran had it pretty much by themselves.
Yeah. No, I like San Francisco. They're looking good. You know why?
Why?
No Jimmy.
Yep. And Washington's about to do Washington things again because they benched Heineke and started put Carson Wentz in the fourth quarter. He got a couple of garbage time scores for him. But now who's going to start next week? Stay tuned because Mark Rivera's got to watch the tape. Ooh. Ooh. Watch that tape. Philadelphia Eagles.
There you go.
Notice I do not have to sing the fight song because
That's right.
Cowboys won 40-34. I can't say, well, Dak did as normal. He threw a pick six.
Only one.
So that happened early. Only one, thank God. And then he played really well after that for the most part. He didn't try to throw too many balls into triple coverage. Had his first 300-yard passing game of the year. And then the interesting thing to me about this was Eagles had a really great defense. Cowboys at one time did, but the last 4 weeks hasn't shown it. And yet Dallas scores 40 on that vaunted defense. And they give up, you could say, 27 to Gardner Minshew, the backup QB. So if Jalen Hurts was in, I don't know how this game turns out.
I think it's different. I think it's different then. I mean, I think he's going to make the Dallas Cowboys run around for him. You can say one way or the other, if this, if that, but.
Yeah, if that. But I do know what the final score was. Nick?
Yeah.
Time to pay up. Time to be the man.
Doesn't he have to wear a Dallas gear on the show?
He's supposed to. He's supposed to come on as the high riser wearing some sort of Dallas gear.
And instead he gives away this
homage.
Goofy money coming up here.
Yeah, well, save about $80 of it and get yourself a jersey, Tiger.
80.
You don't have to buy anything really special.
Toilet paper doesn't cost that much.
On to the next game. Las Vegas Raiders, Pittsburgh Steelers. That capped up Saturday night here. The Steelers had an emotional win there at late with a touchdown pass to George Pickens. They get the 13-10 win on retire Franco Harris's number night.
Oh, man.
And the Raiders, well, they had this game pretty much in control most of it. And then at the end, they had a wide open Hunter Renfrow, and Derek Carr overthrows him, gets it picked off, saves everybody from overtime, I guess, in that pace. And I don't know. We both picked Pittsburgh.
I know you don't have the stats available, but it'd be something interesting to look at again this year. How many losses the Raiders had that were within 3? Because, last year they had quite a few.
Yeah.
That they lost the game within 3 points. I mean, here they are again. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that line was only at -2.5 because if it had been at -3.5, I still would have picked the Steelers and I would have got beat by the hook.
Beat by the hook.
So I'm glad it was at 2.5.
Yeah, no doubt. Live by the hook, die by the hook. All right, Sunday games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Miami, they needed this game. Didn't come through. 26-20. 2 different shots to go win it at the end, and both of them ended in 2 interceptions here. So now you got a reeling Miami team that's what looked like to be a lock for the playoffs, Mark. 3 weeks ago at least, and they've lost now 4 straight, I believe. And then Green Bay, well, they still got a heartbeat. They went from 8% to 18% chance to make the playoffs now.
Yeah, I think they're still in it. I think they could possibly get into the playoffs still. I'm a Aaron Rodgers fan because I think he is finally connecting with those rookie receivers, and that's what it's going to take.
They just can't. He just can't travel overseas, right? Because he's too old.
Yeah, that's right. Keep those games over here, and you'll be all right. Now, interesting, while we were eating those delicious burgers here at Southland at the sports bar, did you read the report? Did you read the report about, or listen to the report about the Miami QB?
Yes. He's in concussion protocol now.
After the game.
After the game.
What happened? Did I miss something? Because I watched the game.
I did too. Didn't seem like, other than throwing straight to Green Bay guys, maybe that was why they're, hey, what? That guy it was straight to him. He must have a concussion.
I think the one that sticks out to me the most was when he threw the ball and there was 5 Green Bay Packers around. It got picked off. I don't know if it was the second or third because I lost count. But there were 5 of them. It's like he wasn't. I don't care how tight you're throwing that ball. You're not making that hole.
That might have been a Dak ball.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe that's where he's looking at Dak's playbook.
Well, I'll tell you who's not looking at a playbook, and some news on this team breaking. Broncos got flat out depantsed, embarrassed, outmanned.
Still trying to figure out why you took him.
Brutal. 50. Well, have you seen the Rams play lately? They were without everybody that they started with. They have no Allen Robinson, no Cooper Kupp. I'm not even sure Skoranek was out, which was like 4-string.
Didn't need him.
No Aaron Donald.
Not against the Broncos.
I guess not. 51 to friggin' 14.
Yes.
I had to look down there. I thought you might as well say 4. 2.5. They were 2.5 point favorites in this game and got obliterated. So guess what happened?
What?
Their coach got fired.
Oh. Head coach?
He couldn't even make it 1 year. Yes.
Wow.
Nathaniel Hackett is out.
They're blaming him for the offensive line problems.
He didn't drink enough of his own,
Oh, hear the bong?
Bye-bye. See ya. Now, who do they get as coach is going to be interesting because...
what's that one guy that used to coach for Dallas?
Jason Garrett?
Yeah.
He got hired at Stanford.
Oh.
I guess he could back out of that.
Dang.
Good luck. That'll get you to 500.
I don't think so.
Sunday night game, the Buccaneers and Cardinals. Well, it went to overtime, and Tampa Bay kicks a field goal, wins it after a couple of possessions, 19-16. Tampa Bay was 7.5 point favorites.
It's old guy week.
It's old guy week.
The two old guys win.
Now Tampa's 7-8. They got a pivotal game coming up against the Carolina Panthers. Chances are the winner of that game actually will win the division more than likely.
That'll be an interesting game. I'm anxious to see the spread on that.
We will. We'll see it Friday, Paul.
All right.
You ready? Stay tuned, America. We'll have our free pick on that game for you as well.
Yeah, all these picks are free.
Monday night. Well, we already did this. I took the Colts. Matter of fact, I took them thinking that they might win outright. So you might get some additional odds if you just want to go money line here. It was 4.5 when we picked it. It has come down to 4, which means that there has been a slew of money coming in on the Colts side of things. The over-under stayed steady, though, at 45.5. Mark, any chance you're changing your mind here?
I'm not changing my mind, but I think that tea you had might have been a Long Island iced tea, thinking that the Colts are going to win outright.
The way the NFL's been going this week, that could be your next Denver Broncos move on the Chargers because Chargers usually do Charger things.
They do, not against the Colts.
They grabbed the jaws of defeat out of the sure victory hand or whatever they call it.
Oh, get that?
Not going to be able to do it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, and since we got it, Cowboys at Tennessee. Early line is Dallas minus 9.5 here on the road. 43.5 is the over-under. Tennessee's got one of the worst pass defenses in America. Dallas likes to do that quite a bit. Can Dak keep the interceptions down will be the key here, Mark.
Not in the rain.
Well, we don't know. Yeah, you're going to guarantee rain too?
I'm not guaranteeing it, but I think it's going to rain.
All right. So
and because of that,
Tennessee.
I am taking Tennessee. Give me those 9.5 points. I think Dallas wins, but not by 9.5. Maybe a field goal if they're lucky.
Maybe a field goal.
I said it. 3 points.
Houston won by 5.
Against who? Dallas?
Tennessee.
Oh, well, what about Dallas?
They lost.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry about how much they lost.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't worry about how much. I'll take Cowboys.
Of course, I don't expect anything different.
I think they're feeling good about this Eagles thing. That'll last one more. And then we'll see where things go. Because they faced Washington at the end of the year in Washington. Now, if they can't move up anymore and Philly wins this weekend and they lock up the NFC East in the round bye, will Dallas play anybody against the Washington Commanders? Or will they try to ruin them if they know a loss kicks them out of the playoffs? Will they start people?
Nah, they won't.
Do not be dumb, McCarthy. Do not be dumb.
They won't do that.
Probably can beat them with Cooper Rush.
They'll probably put their starters in for the first half and then switch them out.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, that might be.
Against Washington. Not this game.
But that's 2 weeks from now.
Right. Stay tuned.
All right,
Stay tuned, America.
Mark did promise this to you, America.
What's that?
We've got another Nick's Gone Crazy promotion coming up for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl here
Let's see what this looks like.
on Wednesday when Arkansas plays Kansas.
That's not it.
Now, you could do this for that as
You
well.
could, yeah.
You can layer this up. You can do $250 in either state. But ring the bell.
Look at that.
Get 64 or bet up to 64, and you can get up to 64, Mark.
That's right. Finish the year in a big way. Just as the 2022-2023 college football season nears the biggest game of the year. Place a $5 to 64 single dollar bet. Why is it 64?
Is it the 64th running of it?
It is the 64th running
Here, let
of
me
it.
put it up there.
64th running, or yeah, I guess you could say 64th running. What are you doing? He's peeking, looking around for some money.
That's an amazing deal.
Oh my gosh. So bet up to $64 on the Memphis Bowl game. Now, when you bank this bet on the app, you want to make sure that you click the Add Memphis Bowl Game Bet and Get. It's a promotional token, so you got to click that in order to do it. If you just make the bet without clicking that, you're not going to get this back. What's crazy about this deal?
What is crazy, Paul?
You win or lose, you're going to get 100% of your wagered money back.
Anywhere
in a single bet.
from 5 to 64.
Yeah.
And regardless of the outcome of the game, you're going to get that back as a free bet.
As a free bet. Can you? So if you bet $64 on Kansas, you're going to be a winner. And then you're going to get $64 back again.
Why would
in a
you
free
not
bet.
do that? You're probably going to bet the Liberty Bowl anyway. Be honest.
Yeah. It just has to be a single bet. Can't be a parlay.
No, but still, you can do your parlay separate.
Can't be in-game.
Can't be in-game.
Gotta be before the game starts. Get your bets in. You can bet it right now.
So if you're the Odds Brothers, we're betting that on $64 on Kansas.
On Kansas.
Then
And
win
if
or
you-
lose, we're getting the money back.
Yeah, if you think we're nuts, well, then flip it on the Arkansas side, and then when you get just your $64 free bet back, we'll say, told you.
And those picks were free.
That's right.
All right, well, that's
Woo!
good. Take advantage of Nick's
Craziness.
momentary lapse of insanity over the Eagles losing to my Cowboys.
Yes.
And let's see if we ever see him again this year or early next year this season.
Nick?
Pay up your bet, Nick.
Oh, we'll see him.
Kyle,
you got to get
better
on
remind Nick. Time
Kyle.
to pay up, Kyle.
Kyle's wondering where the heck the show's at.
Yeah, he probably is. Ah, man. Well, I think we got it this time there, Tiger.
No, we got to do the pick six. We have to recap our pick six.
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget about the pick six.
It sucked.
Who
But
you
it
wanna-
sucked for everybody.
Who you want to start with?
Let's go with Mr. Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. How did he do?
Well, he got 2 points, Paul.
Oh, yes. I
He
got
had
it
the
lined up and everything.
Yeah, he had the Titans. Well, they lost. They lost outright. Browns, guess what? They were favorites and lost outright. New England was plus 3.5, but lost by 4. Carolina, he did get that. He took the points. They won outright. That double-digit rule.
Yeah.
Anytime you get more than 10 points on a NFL team, take that point. Well, Seattle. And the Steelers saved a little bit of bacon for him by winning on the last-second touchdown. So I am not an algebra major, but let's see. 1 plus 1 is 2. Congratulations, Jake, with that 2-point showing.
All right. You know what? Let's take a look at what our average Joe did. Oh, that's right.
Oh, Preston, a
Do
bunch
the-
of nothing.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for playing. All right, let's go to
All
you.
right, now I'll give myself shit
All right.
because, well, I got 2 points as well. Browns, Seattle, 49ers. They did beat the Washington Commanders. Miami was my lock. Good Lord. Cowboys!
Is that what that says?
And Lions.
That doesn't say Cowboys.
No, it says Cowgirls, but I chose to read it as Cowboys. Now let the haters hate.
2
All right,
points.
so that's 2 points. So Jake didn't beat me. You have to beat us.
That's
Not
right.
tie us. Beat us, and you did not.
Yeah, no food for you
All
yet.
right, the 1-pointer from last week was Mark.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
was on fire this week
Yeah, I guess.
with 3. Titans. Vikings, they won by 3, not 4.5. Bengals. They won by 4. Lions, oh, that was your lock.
It was.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I did.
49ers. And the that says Cowboys on that one.
It does.
That's odd. All right, so 1, 2, and 3 points for
Yes.
Mr. Marcellus.
Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard. You want to take a look at the leaderboard?
Let's take a look at that because I'm
Let's-
sure I'm pretty much on.
what's this one?
Yes, look at I got a commanding lead. 57.5. Mark's got 43. High risers at 37 thanks to Jake's monstrous week. Average Joe's did not play.
No, they're just hanging back. They're too scared.
Too scared.
Even the ones that work in the building are too scared.
Hopefully we'll have somebody for you this Friday, though, who isn't scared.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what about this one? Nothing changes there.
Nothing changes. No 7-pointers. Nobody's been perfect all year, but OC was closest to it along with Kyle and, oh, my goodness. Richie from last week's high risers, or 2 weeks ago, I guess, technically. So, yeah, it's a bunch of high risers.
But 2 points aren't going to get you on this list.
No.
That's a big boy list.
Not that big boy list.
That's right.
So we got, 3 weeks to go? 2 more weeks to go.
Oh, we got something else to throw up here, don't
At
we?
least for the NFL one.
Let's see.
Do we?
No, not that. We already been through that.
Oh, yeah, the standings board. How many bowl games? You got to show this because
Yeah, there we
you're
go.
actually hot there.
Had to find it.
So Marcellus has got himself a, well, we didn't add to our pick of the weeks, our lock of the weeks. I'm 18 of 26 at this point. Mark's 12 of 26.
Yeah, my number keeps dropping. My percentage, anyway.
It does. But your bowl games are not. Out of 16 bowl games played so far, Mark is 12 out of 16, and we're both going to be 0 out of 17 here in a second. And Bowling Green screws us. And then I'm 9. And then the food vouchers stay where they are because
That's
Jake
right.
earned no food this week.
No food for you.
No food for you, Jake.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, keep in mind, we do broadcast every Monday and Friday right here from the Bentley Sportsbook inside Southland Casino and Hotel. We're on YouTube. We're on all your major podcast platforms. If you just want the audio version of us because you're traveling and, can't be looking on your phone while you're driving and all that stuff, like and subscribe if you would for us. We'd appreciate it. Word is when we get up to 50 of those bad boys, we actually get, like,
A table.
a table that don't spin and
Wiki.
and then we go from there. We're dueling up tonight. Live music on the Odds Brothers stage.
They don't
other
want
than
that.
I hope you had a good Christmas. We're looking forward to 2023.
Yes.
And for those of you that are hanging around the West Memphis area, whether it be Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, wherever, and you haven't had a chance to catch live Greyhound racing here, come get us for one of our final 4 shows. Racing Monday, which we currently are doing. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be the last day ever after 66 years. So 1 o'clock post on that Saturday, our closing day. If you think about it, come on down. Spend an afternoon, see those doggies, because it will be hard to see them again, at least around here.
Yep.
So if you're thinking about that, that'd be great. And we'll join you Friday. 4 more picks, including the college football playoff. The semifinals are this weekend. And, of course, the NFL action. We'll have our pick 6 and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Ready?
Got anything else?
I got nothing.
All right. We'll see you on Friday, folks. Hit that beautiful bean footage.
Thank you for listening to the Odds Brothers Podcast.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Presented by the Bentley Sportsbook. Place your sports bets here from inside Southland Casino or from anywhere in Arkansas at southland.bentley.com.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
Be sure to follow the Odds Brothers Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Keep in mind, in Arkansas, you must be 21 or older and located in Arkansas to bet. Please play responsibly. For help quitting, call 1-800-522-4700.